Yeah, today we want to educate you on how to reduce your electricity bill. This video is specifically directed to the people of Abia State. Currently, most part of Abia State are enjoying 24/7 electricity, and we thought it uh, so important that we give you clue and hint on how you can make your electricity less electricity bill. You know that one thing about development is that the more development you see, the more cost of living keeps coming up high. Yeah, for quite a long time now, we've been clamoring that we need 24/7 electricity. And as it may be now, the people of Abia State is enjoying the 24/7 electricity. But watch out, the next complaint they're going to give is that the bill is becoming so much. But in the real sense, the bill is not much. But what is much? The electricity they are using. So when you have a 247 electricity, be ready to pay more than you have been paying. So today we want to give you tips on how to reduce your electric bill. Pay very attention to what I'm going to teach you today, and you are going to like it. So I now bring it to you and now ask you, do you know that it is more expensive to buy a cheap appliances than it is to buy expensive appliances? Do you understand what I mean? I'm trying to tell you that it is more expensive to buy cheap appliances than it is to buy expensive appliances. I know this is going to bring a kind of confusion to you, but I'm going to explain it to you. And when I explain it to you, it will give you a guide on how to maximize or minimize your electricity bill. So now that so now that we now have 24/7 electricity in Abia State, this has called for responsibility on how to use electricity wisely by employing energy efficient practice. So now, most of the times we we are so happy when we find some cheap appliances, but we forgot to understand that these cheap appliances are in real life more expensive to use than the expensive appliances. Yes, oftentimes uh, w- when we go to market, we try to go to second-hand market to find some of the appliances we need at home. Maybe we can say in Nigeria we say London use, UK use all these appliances. You find out that they are relatively cheaper the than the new appliances. But in a real sense, are they cheaper than expensive appliances? No, they are not cheaper than expensive appliances. Let me give you for instance. Any appliance that is energy efficient is more expensive to buy in the market. Let's assume if you get a rechargeable fan, you find out that this rechargeable fan and this one that is not rechargeable are not the same price. The rechargeable fan might be 20,000 in price, then the non rechargeable one might be 15,000. As a layman, you would think that going for this 15,000 one will be cheaper for you. But that is not what it is. Because when you pay for the electric it consumes, you see that you pay higher when you are using the 15,000 naira fan than you will pay when you are using that 20,000 naira fan. Why? Because it consumes more electricity than the expensive one. So you find out that most of the appliances that are energy efficient cost more than the ones that are not energy efficient. And when you go for the one that is not energy efficient because they are cheaper, what will happen? At the long run, you're going to pay more bills than you would have paid in the energy efficient appliances. So when you're paying more bill there, maybe within 5 months, within 1 year, you've already paid above what you're supposed to buy, the one that will save you a lot of money. I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying. So how do you go about this? Some of you have what you have in your home is all these second hand appliances, UK use, all this. Let me tell you one thing you don't know. All these UK appliances, US appliances, do you know why the owners have to discard them? Why the owners did not use them again is because it is very expensive to use electricity abroad. Like here now, electricity is costing so much. So most of these people will see that this old appliance I have is costing me so much electricity and I'm paying so much about on this. Then what would the person do? The person will discard it, carry it and throw it away. Then our people will go where they throw it and pick it and start packing it in container. Once their container gets filled, they will send it to Nigeria and resell it to us because we need cheap thing. Are you getting it? But the people who own it discarded it because of what? The high electricity they are paying because of it. But we now buy the trash and start paying higher for it. See, in this scenario, it is different that you are not using prepaid meter. You know, when you're not using prepaid meter, you make like it's favorable to you to use anything you want to use. But in as much as you have been given prepaid meter, that is when you have to take responsibility of your energy usage and you're going to pay for every dime, every unit of electricity you use. Then you see that once you're using prepaid meter, you see that getting all these kind of appliances are of no use and they're going to give you much bill. Okay, now let's take for instance, we have ACs, air conditioners. If you go to market where they're selling air conditioners, there are energy efficient air conditioners and there are non-energy efficient air conditioners. Sometimes we call it inverter AC and non-inverter ACs. Check the price of inverter AC and non-inverter AC. You see that their prices are quite different. Inverter AC, which is energy efficient AC, are very much expensive than non-inverter AC. So as a layman who doesn't understand anything, when you want to go and buy, you look at this non-inverter AC is much cheaper. Let me buy it. But you find out before you use this non-inverter AC for 5 months, 1 year, you've paid high above even the money you are trying to save to buy the cheaper one. I don't know if this my analogy is giving you a clue on what I'm saying. So, like for instance again, in your house, we have different electricity bulb. We have energy saving bulb and we have non-energy saving bulb. Go to market where they are selling bulbs, electric bulbs. If you check very well, you see that most of the cheap electric bulbs, they are non-energy saving bulbs. They are very cheap. You know why they are cheap? They are cheap because you are going to pay higher to use them. They are going to give you a huge bill to pay. So when you are running to save money, thereby getting cheaper appliances, what you are just embracing huge bill. It's just like penny wise, pound foolish. That is exactly what it is. Penny wise, pound foolish. So what am I trying to tell you today? I want to give you clues on how to maximize your energy efficiency so that you won't be able to get so much bill that you will be worried on how to pay this bill. Because when development comes, you see many people are going to complain. Some of you are going to complain that no, it's better we go back to how we were before. That this bill is so much, and you might even check the rate they are charging you per unit to see that other companies charge higher. But because you are having this electricity 247, your bill going to be high at the end of the month because you are using prepaid meter. I heard that they started distributing prepaid meter. Once you are using prepaid meter, you can never escape any bill. Anything you use, you must pay it. So some of you have computer centers where you use computers. You have all these old computers in your shop. because of what? Those commuters are very cheap, but you don't know that those commuters is going to milk you. Even the profit you're making from your business, the electricity usage, all your profit is will be going into electricity you use. So how do you come out from this? It is earlier to start discarding any of your old appliances. Embrace energy saving appliances. Start now, be discarding them. If not, you are going to pay huge amount of bill in electricity. Start now and be discarding it. Okay. Another thing you need to do is that you need to be conscious of your energy usage by always being sure that any appliances you are not using, any electrical device you are not using must be turned off. Anything, even if it is one bulb, so far it is not at use, let it be off. If you have your phone charger plugged on your socket and you know you are not using it, remove the phone charger off the socket, because all these things are taking away your money from the meter you're using, and you're going to pay for it, even the one you did not use. So you must call either your workers, your family members to order, and you tell them, please, once you come into this room, switch on the light, do what you want to do. Once you are leaving off the light, come to this country now. You see that people don't on their light anyhow. If you are done in the toilet, you switch off the light. If you are done in this room, you switch off the light. That's how they do, because electricity is very, very expensive. So stop being reckless, because when you are reckless, it's going to reflect to the amount of bill you are going to pay. So you cannot escape it. In as much as you are using meters, the meter is taking record of your usage, and you're going to pay for it. And it's going to be so high on you. The economy is bad, and you can minimize this. I am an energy efficient expert. I've been into solar system for past 10 years, and I've tried to teach people how to manage their energy and their electricity, because what you get when you're using a meter in your electricity is the same thing you get when you're using solar system. The only thing is that maybe solar system you will not have to pay a lot of money because it is just one time payment, but in this electricity utility bill, you are going to pay. And one thing about utility bill is that they can never come down. They will always be going up. So cultivate this culture of, being responsible and switching off every device you're not using. Discard your old appliances, bring in new but energy saving appliances. If not, you're going to pay so much. Remember this, I'm telling you, you're going to pay so much bill that you'll be complaining that these people are extorting money from you, but they are not extorting money from you. I don't know whether you're getting what I'm saying.